always suspicious of this UNESCO respect, you know. Oh, how great is your culture. I like, don't be shocked, I will immediately explain what I mean. I like racist jokes, but not use them in the racist way. In my country, ex-Yugoslavia, we were all the time telling dirty racist jokes. They were the best thing to keep us together as friends, because they were not jokes against each other. I met a Serb or a Montenegro guy, and we joyously accepted, assumed racist cliches about ourselves and made fun about it. For example, one of the republics of ex-Yugoslavia was Montenegro, the small one. Their racist cliche is that they are lazy, absolutely lazy. At the same time, you should know you get earthquakes in Montenegro. So I met recently a Montenegro guy who told me, now I discovered, you know how we masturbate in Montenegro? You dig a hole in the earth, you put the penis in, and you wait for the earthquake, because we are too lazy even to move. And you know, there is something very, for me, this is the only way you really overcome racism. If I come to India and you tell me, oh, our great past, great traditions, F 3 points off, I tell you. Tell me a dirty joke, we are friends. And I'm doing this, as you know, no? So, you know, I'm very serious here. You know, what I really hate is racism masked as a pseudo-respect. You need a little bit of obscenity, and I'm well aware that obscenity is an ambiguous thing. I'm well aware, at the same time, I've written chapters on it, how every structure of authority also has always this underside of vulgarity, brutality, obscenity. I served the army, I know how this works. Army is not only order, discipline. Army are brutal beatings, dirty jokes, obscenities, and so on and so on. But nonetheless, I think obscenity is neither to be celebrated nor to be condemned. Obscenity is a field of a great struggle. Who will appropriate obscenity?
I'm just calling your attention to one of the remarks you made in your presentation. That is, capitalism has its own father. And capitalism has its own father. That the authoritarianism or father figure works inside capitalism that prevents you from desire. And you be...
Sorry, can you explain it? What do you mean capitalism has its own father?
Yeah, you, during your talk, you mentioned that capitalism has father and that he prevents the members from enjoyment or whatever, some kind of liberal enjoyment or whatever. And this struck me because you being a Lacanian psychoanalyst,
yeah,
probably cannot think of father and symbolic order. Yeah, I'm coming to that point only. And the amazing of wealth and private property actually comes from the familial. And that is ultimately, I think, the inevitable logic of capitalism. And we time and again speak of the need of a left politics very passionately. And I very much suspect whether a truly left politics is possible without shattering of the symbolic or the father figure, the Oedipus.
Yeah.
And we should be able to speak from the beyond the position of...
No, I'm sorry, there are many others. I have to stop it with this.
And unless and until the shattering of the I and the familial, there may not be truly left politics, may not be possible. And otherwise, there is every chance of it to lead into softer forms of authoritarianism that is witnessing in capitalism, or a harder form of authoritarianism that leads to fascism, either in the form of Nazi politics or...
This is very interesting question. Maybe I don't quite...
I would also like to. How did historicism fail?
Okay, let him say in one sentence.
There are many others, you can't just jump up and jump.
Okay, no, very briefly, but this is very interesting topic you started, because you know what I tend more and more to think, and I just here follow already some, it's not my eccentricity, some old Marxists like, okay, Marxist, Western Marxists. I don't think that, how should I put it in very naive terms, paternal authority, patriarchal family, is a mode of, how do you call it, social life, which fits today's permissive capitalism. I claim that already in so-called totalitarianism, to understand how figures like Hitler, Stalin functioned, they are not paternal figures. They are not figures of the father. In order to properly develop this in psychoanalytic terms, one has to go to all this distinction between what Jacques Lacan calls the name of the father, paternal authority, and the obscene superego. Superego is not paternal authority. So again, this is my problem also with some of the feminists. I claim that, again, that it's a to put it in very naive terms. Again, I have a lot to learn from here. But if I go to a developed Western country, what is there in the very ordinary sense, the ruling ideology, in the sense that what is this inner sense of duty? What kind of pressure do people get from society? What should you become? I claim it's not create a family. It's something like a blurred pseudo-oriental spirituality, spiritual hedonism. It's something like be dynamic, be truly yourself, realize your potential. Basically, it's enjoy life, be truly yours. And it's even what is praised. You know that I read somewhere a very good analysis that even love in the sense of this, you know, I see you, sorry, I will not look anyone into the eyes, then I will be accused of harassment or whatever. You, okay, no, I'm not gay. Fuck off, okay, but sorry. But what I mean is that, like, you know, I look you into the eye, all my life is ruined. Even this is considered not trendy or whatever. The idea is this easy life, you reconstruct, if you fall in love. They even, in a manipulative way, like to refer to India. More and more now in Western these agencies where you want to marry or find a partner, the latest fashion there is to say, we will enable you to be in love without falling in love. And they literally claim the thing to avoid is this moment of fall. You know, I see you, oh my God, my life has changed. They say, we will analyze you and we will find you a partner, then we will give you a training with body language, how for the two of you to fall in love, and no trauma, no passion, everything will be under control, and their reference are you. They claim, as usually Western obscurantists like, that they follow the ancient Veda writings that they found there, and this, they claim we can do these old arranged marriages in a modern scientific way. We should learn the wisdom and so on. So you see, the big question is, what is today the predominant ideology? I claim it's not patriarchal ideology any longer. So paradoxically, I claim that, how should I put it? You know, if we want to analyze phenomena like fascism, authoritarianism, and so on, no, on the contrary, what you can show is that if there is one feature which unites, and I don't like the term, I've written a book against it, but nonetheless, to simplify, so-called totalitarianism, it's the undermining of family. The fear of totalitarianisms was always that if parents control the child's education, the child will not be enough under social control. So in Nazi Germany, in Stalinism, in my own country, the pressure was always there, at least when the regime was harsh, for children to potentially even betray their parents, you know, not to consider family as the ultimate the ultimate figure of authority. So again, I doubt if Oedipus, to follow Gilles Deleuze, I doubt if Oedipal family is our big enemy, how should I put it? No, it's a very tricky question, you know, what happens with authority, how authority functions, even to amuse you, just with another example, even, I'm sad I didn't talk about that, but it wouldn't fit the title. For example, how beliefs function today. I claim that's total bullshit, that stuff of conservatives who worry today people no longer believe. We believe more than ever only in an impersonal way. You believe But you don't have to. The model, at least in the West, for me is if you say, now I saw even signs here, Christmas, Santa Claus. You ask a parent, do you believe in Santa Claus? They will tell you, no, I'm not crazy. I pretend to make my child happy. But then you ask the child, do you believe in Santa Claus? He will tell you, no, I'm not crazy. I pretend to get from parents. But you know what's my point? Nobody has to believe, but the belief functions socially. And this is what we call cynical era of ideology. And even another phenomenon, I repeat myself, I know, okay, from Hyderabad, you were not there, but sorry to repeat it. This is why I like, in a more detailed cultural analysis, phenomena like